Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today, I have the pleasure of reacting to something completely different. Today, we're gonna react to George ENESCU. But before we do that, I wanted to thank Philip for this request, for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for reaching out through Buy Me a Coffee, and also for sending me the link to this concert. So what we're gonna do today, I just wanted to read really quickly before we continue. It says here, "Hey guys, I've recently come across your channel and I've enjoyed your reactions to several videos. If you have time, please react to George ENESCU, Romanian Rhapsodies #1, Opus 11, and this is, I think, a German channel, WDR, SYMPHONY Orchester, Christian Marcelaru," and it says, "Thank you, Happy New Year." Thank you so much, Philip. I appreciate it. And as you know, these requests, the one that you sponsored, is only me by myself because of time. We just don't have enough time to do everything. So I'm going to react to it. I'm definitely going to show it to Alexia. Sometimes it takes a little longer for me to get her to see everything, but she will eventually watch it, or she just watches my reaction. But just so she will watch this eventually. It's just like, the time and, oh, there's something like here. I can't get it off. Let's see. Oh, it's just some fuzz. So yeah, so that's the way it goes. Thank you so much for sponsoring this. Also, if you're a fan of classical music, I don't what direction this is gonna go. I'm sure it's gonna be symphony and everything by the looks of it. I have the video right here opened up, but to all the people watching this, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here, for liking the video, disliking the video. As long as you engage, it does help the channel. If you subscribe, if you leave a comment, even more, of course. So this is George ENESCU, Romanian Rhapsodies #1, Opus 11, and it's I think shot through a German television host or something. Hey, for me it's great, if they speak German or anything, even better for me, but I don't think so. I think it's just going to be about the music. So here, let's open up the concert. Here we are. So I hope you see this well. I blew it up as best as I can. I hope it doesn't lag. Sometimes I go a little bit above with this. Let's see. Maybe 1080 you won't even be able to see it. Let's put it down to 720 because it's so small you can't tell the difference, even if I would play it in 4K. So here we go with the music. So let the music do the talking. I'm done with talking. Thank you again so much, Philip. Here we go, and enjoy. I love it. So good. Beautiful. The call and answer. Holy moly, that was amazing. Let me just take this down here. Wow, this was where to begin. I mean, the music is so. This obviously is like something more contemporary, I think. I'm gonna look it up right now. It did remind me a lot of like the Hungarian dance. There was some, obviously Middle Eastern vibes in there, like scale wise, but it was also very like it had a lot of humor in there. Definitely, a writer with a sense of humor in his music, who's not afraid, to go out of the seriousness of the whole piece, but go back in, and then it's just beautiful. Let's look up this. Let's see how would I do that real quick here. Let's just close this, and then I copy Romanian Rhapsodies #1. I just want to look it up on Wikipedia, like what time, when was this written, like what year? Yeah, it's newer. So 1901. Between 1901, performed in 1903. Wow. And then George Enescu, where was he from? From Romania. Known in France as Georges Enescu. Wow. Amazing. What a great composition. And yeah, definitely just like it reminded me of a lot. It's because I grew up with music, with classical music at home. That's all my mom would play pretty much. So I remember as a preteen, when CDs were, just coming out, and the classical music section was always the cheapest because nobody would buy it, which is very sad, but it was just a reality. So I would just like buy like all these classical composers like Haydn and Beethoven and Mozart and Bach and Vivaldi and Liszt, and I would just listen to that music, and because it was something that I was familiar with before I even started with rock. And I also remember that first time I grabbed the guitar, I was like trying to play classical music, like scales on there, counterpoints, stuff like that, and it's always been in my life. So this was just beautiful. It was wonderful. I love all the different sections. There were all this like these cascades and these like back and forth, like, question and answer. There was so much good moments in there. The violins, the all the the flutes, and all the wind instruments were just like amazing. The string section was amazing. Even the guy that just does the those I don't even know what they're called, but on cue and on time. I mean, it sounds like a recording that's just like, it was perfect. I don't know if the conductor heard anything wrong with it. I don't think so, because he was very happy with the end result. That full stop was very, very difficult to pull off. Everybody was checking him very, very often, because they obviously want to play it to his tempo and what he wants to express. He does all the motions. It's just a wonderful thing. It's always a pleasure to see, an orchestra in action, because there are so many different people from different backgrounds and ages, and it's just like, but they come together to create this magic that some, genius wrote on some piece of paper, 100 years ago. It's a beautiful thing. And thank you so much, Philip, for sending this my way. And I hope, that a lot of people will enjoy this, as much as I did. It's just like, it leaves me speechless while I listen to it. There's so much goodness, music wise, the scales, the chords. There was all types of amazing. And very of the time, I could feel that it was more contemporary. It was more newer, you know. It's not so restricted, you know. There was music like, I don't know, Bach was very restricted to his, what he could play was what was kind of like allowed to be, you know, to be played. Like for example, in Mozart, you know, like when they were like, okay, you play way too many notes, you know, that obviously is out of the question nowadays, you know. But back in the day, it was like, you know what, it's kind of like for us, it's too much, but for a composer like Amadeus, he was like, well, I can't do it differently. That's just what I have in my head. I can't play less notes. And so the contemporary classical music, you hear that there's a little bit more freedom to the whole way of composing, you know. And because back in the day it was either maybe a lack of respect, or it was just like not supposed to be done, you know. There were certain movements in it, you had to play it in that way, and you know, it's just like all this stuff. So it's like, that's why I'm so fascinated with film music. Somebody like, you know, Gustav Holst, um, or John Williams or Alan Silvestri, you know, they just like, they have no really like no boundaries. They just go for it, and then we get these really great, you know, soundtracks and classical compositions and stuff like, you know, Star Wars. And it's not just like the theme, but all the music that goes on in the movie that has so many different movements that have nothing really to do with the main theme, but they're still in that universe, you know, in that bounderless, you know, way of composing. So it's just wonderful. And I'm sure this guy here, ENESCU, this is a picture of 1930. So I mean, yeah, I'm sure he already had the freedom and liberty to do whatever he wanted, you know, and just be creative. So this was wonderful. Thank you so much, Philip. I really enjoyed it. I hope everybody does. Let us know what you think. And with a longer piece like this, I was like, I hope this doesn't stop, you know, because it was just getting better and better. So yeah, let us know what you think if you would like to see more. We have some classical pieces on the channel, you know, like some Ennio Morricone, some stuff, you know, stuff like that. And sometimes it does get kind of blocked because, you know, there's a lot of people behind this music, and it depends on what orchestra it was from. And let's see how this goes. I'm sure it's going to be okay. But yeah, again, thank you so much. Let us know. Comment below in the comment section. Would you like to see more reactions to classical music, orchestra, and all that stuff? And yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Philip, thank you so much. Your first request ever. I really appreciate it. And I hope you loved my reaction. I don't know if I was talking with my face or something, but I definitely had a lot of things to say, but I didn't want to interrupt it. You know, with classical music, you can't, I don't know. It's kind of like weird, you know, to pause it. I'll leave that in the comments as well. If you wouldn't mind, then I could just pause and talk about it. But again, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one.